All right, today's the day. Today's the day I conquer an RV black tank, an RV water bay, an RV install, an RV day. Yeah. Well, if you've been following the journey for quite some time, you would know that we've been working on Big Richard. We've been working on our coach that still doesn't have a name, but we do have a few in the hopper that you guys dropped down below, and yet again another video that we just recently did. So today is the day I'm thinking, and I know, like I said, I'm going to be conquering Big Richard's water bay. And will it be the final video where we are done and complete with customizing Big Richard? All right, well, that being said, welcome to the channel, welcome to WePlusThreee, and welcome to yet again another adventure, another video, another daily upload, another install. I'm very excited for this. I've never done this, and I love engaging the brain on something new. So, I'm pretty excited to be replacing his Macerator today. Is that something we should be excited about? Replacing a Macerator? I mean, I think it's pretty okay to be excited about something like that because I feel like I'm opening my mind up to something new. And don't forget, we also gotta get with our coach and we gotta finish the tool bay. But first, since we got the daylight upon us, we just gotta get to it and install this Macerator. Let's open it up. Let's see what we got. Box came a little whatever. I mean, you get a box inside of a box, so you gotta kind of make do with what you got. So what do we have here? Well, as you guys can tell, we got a brand new Macerator that we're gonna be installing. The Thetford Senecon Turbo 600. Well, you know what? Anything with the name Turbo on it or in it, you know it's gotta be a good one. Let's head to Big Richard. Let's start taking some things apart and cross your fingers that we get through this today. Let's go. Tools needed for today's project? Not really sure. For sure, a brain. We definitely are gonna need a brain, but you know what? Let's utilize this table that we have at our RV site. And yes, if you guys came from the other video from yesterday, you know I haven't even touched that yet. I had 3 Zoom calls that I had to accomplish, and I'm done. I'm allowed to go play. My mom says I'm allowed to go play today. No, guys, when you do this business and you are online every single day, social media, that's our business. That's what we do. So we have some wonderful and exciting new opportunities that are arising that we just said yes to. And it will make a lot more sense tomorrow if we actually get to go to the location, as long as the weather, well, the weather prevails to be amazing, and all you can do is really just hope for the best. So let's open up this Macerator. Let's see what's in the box. There you go. Just open it up. We got the instructions. No, we will definitely, probably most likely need these instructions, but I want to say it's common sense. The only thing I'm not really sure of is the wiring, but we will definitely get to the wiring. Look at that. A brand new hose system. He does have one already over there, but we're going to just get rid of everything that's in there, and then we're going to be bringing the new on board, and it is a very exciting day if you are an RV owner. I mean, look at that. Who wouldn't want a brand new Macerator hose being installed in their unit, right? Let's just get all this open and see what we got. Well, the packaging is very nice. It looks really awesome. This is kind of scary. What does that go to? Not really sure. We'll figure it out. We'll get to it. Got some cool stickers. Not sure if we'll ever need those. Okay, pretty common sense by looking at it. Oh, look at this switch. Oh, this is the ultimate on-off right here. But the question is, can we get all of this done today with the daylight just disappearing on us? We're gonna have to. We're going to. Look at this Turbo 600. Wow. This thing is beefy. I mean, guys, look at this. This is for sure a turbo. Look at that. And my question is, now that I'm actually holding this in my hand, there was one thing I was super concerned about, and that is if they can actually do laundry without having to turn this on. Just opening up the gray water and letting it seep through without actually having to come out and turn it on, because if you are having a clog like the unit that they have in there now, there's so many different actual little chambers the water has to go through. So you can't just open your gray and let your washer go. You have to physically flip a switch on the macerator they have now. But I just stuck my eyeball through here and I'm looking at it and I can see daylight, which means it's going to allow gray water to pass through their system so they don't actually flood their unit when they're doing laundry. That right there is going to be so nice. I love having that. If I had to pull my gray water every single day, just when I'm doing laundry or dishes or showers, it would be a mess. It would just be flooding the entire unit, and we don't want that. You guys know water in an RV is just a big no-no. So that right there will save you time, money, and an insurance claim. So you definitely just don't want that. Concept is looking pretty easy, but the one thing I'm stressing is, will this old macerator come out easy? The only thing that we're gonna know if it's gonna work is if we just jump into it. So I think we're just gonna have to jump into it. And the instructions just got wet. So we're gonna have to just let those air out, because I guarantee you we're gonna have to dip into those instructions very soon if we wanna do this the right way. But let's jump over to Big Richard and let's get to work. I'm coming for you, buddy, I'm coming. Ooh, we are gonna need some gloves because we are gonna be messing with some little stinky stuff. But nice thing is, I didn't hook this up yet, so we can just move this over here for now. And I want to say we can move the filter out of the way, but I think the filter is going to be just fine for now. So we'll move this outdoor shower. We want to make as much room as possible so we can come and play today. But what I'm telling you guys about, if you didn't watch any of the other videos, we know that this is leaking already, and we have an issue with, we got goop all over this, so hopefully there's nothing wrong with this and I can actually break it loose. And then, as you can see way back there, we've got multiple chambers the water has to actually travel to and through, and you just don't want that. Then you've got that bin back there that's just not fun. So I think what we do, we go ahead and start unbolting stuff and we just get to work. We have to just remove all this, and hopefully the new macerator will actually fit in here. And that's a big unit. I mean, we're talking turbo 600. Let's just get to work. The nice thing is the outlets didn't leave any secret surprises in here, and all of this is just gray water, so we know that we won't have too big of a mess. But as you guys can see right now, this is what they would have to do every time they went to go do laundry, dishes, or anything like that. And this little macerator that's in here is screaming. It's like, please help me. I'm not cut out for this. So the good thing is it should just be all gray water. I'm not going to dare open up the black side. But I feel like if we're going to be changing this chamber out, we're gonna have to open up the black side. Definitely not gonna film that process. Only true friends and family will pull someone's black tank for them and replace their valve, okay? Just gonna say it right there. We're the real ones. All right, let's grab some tools. Let's start taking some things apart. I was gonna say I could probably grab my new ratchet system. Haven't even opened it yet, but I do know I will need a drill, a few bits, and then, you know, let me grab it. I'll just show you what I'm working with. Little by little, we will complete this task. I'm pretty excited about it. Also, for now, just a drill, a few little sockety bit dilly. I love this. This is so cheap, but I love it. I have another one too that it's more fixed, but I like this because you can bend it and get in all the small little spaces that you need to. All right, what size little socket is that? Grabbed it right there, the first one. All right, let's get to it and let's get this old macerator removed. Well, I say let's remove it first, but I'm meaning let's unscrew it so we can actually have the opportunity to remove it. And my goodness, the lag bolts that are in there are huge. If you asked me where this tool came from, I'm going to tell you I don't have a clue, because it was in another tool kit that came with another tool kit, and yeah, you know, you guys can catch my drift. So I just simply don't know, but it has been fantastic All right, macerator is loose, and oh my goodness. Now that the macerator's loose, we need to go ahead and break all of this loose, and we've got so much goop. I want to say it looks like Flexil on there. I may have to heat it up with my torch to see if we can't break this loose, but like I said, I gotta take this off anyways, and we have to remember that this also is connected for the gray tank there. So I'm gonna figure out how to get that off. This doesn't need to be hanging either, so we can just move all this as well. And I want to say whoever put the macerator on turned this. So whenever they turn this, it created a seal break in here, which is causing this to leak right there. So definitely gonna take a look at that. If it's fixable, we'll fix it, but I think it used to be more gravitational turned this way, because you can see where the big opening is for the black hose, and now they moved it towards the back. Turn it a lot more, the best we can, and then we'll put the macerator towards the back. But it's got a nice little flex hose on it too, so I'm sure we'll have plenty of room. See if we can't squeeze this tool in here real quick. I'm gonna have to go from the top. And if any brown water comes out, I'm quitting, okay? Just so you guys are aware. I will definitely I would just quit. I don't play those games. I can't be dealing with it. I'm not going to. You know, just in case, I'm gonna go grab some gloves, because you know, if I get in here and I see any of that brown water, I'm done for. I'm not gonna be able to do it. So, whew, I'm gonna go grab some gloves, and we will see here. It's one thing I can't handle is any of the brown stuff. If you guys catch my drift, you get it, right? I mean, it's completely normal to not be able to handle that stuff. So, okay, we need a little box wrench to remove all of the side bolts. So if we can grab that, we'll be doing a-okay. Because the idea is I'm going to remove, you know what, I'm going to grab the tools and I'm just going to show you. It just makes a lot more sense when you can see it with your own eyes. Tools in hand. I got all the things that I think I'm going to need, but luckily the RV is just right there, so we can go back and forth as need be. Whew. Oh, you guys ready for it? You know what? If I'm going to do this, you guys are also going to be involved. So if any brown water pops through, you guys have to take a look too. It's just part of it. Nah, I won't do that to you. I would never. Just in case. I do got the gloves on. I'm not playing these games. I'm not. This is the part I've been dreading. But we are, I was going to say we are a lot closer to getting Big Richard done, but no, we're not actually, because we're still waiting for parts for the filter. But at least the macerator will be done, and then the rest is just connecting and cleaning. So we are home free, almost. Just as I expected. Let's go ahead and remove that. We don't need that. So you guys can see this is super loose and it's spinning right here. Well, like I said was going to happen is this is so gooped up, it doesn't even want to come off. So we're going to have to remove all the bolts right here and right here, which is fine because we need to replace this valve anyways. And then we'll be able to have room to go ahead and put in the macerator in the back, and then we can clean it up. But yeah, like I said, there's so much goop on there, it's just not going to come off. I can tell you guys right now it's going to be a miracle if I do not get disgusting, but it's part of it, right? RV life. Went ahead, removed this little gate valve for the gray water. Now I've got to do the black water, which you already know it's going to be disgusting. So that's the only way we can actually get this old macerator out, is if we do that. And we know we need to replace this gate anyways. So stand by. I will definitely show you what we run into. Luckily, the entire system has been clean, but I just don't know what's behind this door. Oof. Okay, let's keep going. Huh, Shelter Roman. Actually smells like toilet cleaner, so that's good. Nothing nasty. Here's the old macerator concept. This was going to the black tank valve right there, And this is how it was installed. So you have this Macerator here with a very, very small motor, 12 volt little 16 amp setup, and it's 13 GPM, which is gallons per minute. So that's how much this was actually flowing. Very, very tiny for this huge coach. And then it was, I guess, in quotation, customized to this, to this, to that, to this, and then now that. Which, I mean, it worked. It's just wasn't going to work very long. So we can actually remove this now, get it out of the way, and then clean this up and make way for the 600 turbo. Yeah. As you guys can see, old Macerator system is completely out. And thank goodness there was a lot of toilet cleaner in there. So a little bit more investigation going on, and I noticed that if we pull this right here, we are going to have a very, very bad day. Now I have noticed since I tightened it up, it was leaking less out of this pull right here. That may be another day project where we're going to replace this valve, because if I pull this right now, we are going to open up, because if I pull this right now, we are going to open up the floodgates, and we don't want to be doing that. So, concept, we need to take this off so we can hook the new Macerator in, and I don't know if I may be able to get past all this goop right here, but we are going to try. Everything is looking pretty good over there. The next concept is I finally got that off, and oh my goodness, I probably almost, probably almost lost a finger, just want to say. I don't know how much goop was on that little black tank clean out hose, but my goodness. Okay, why is this not closing? Oh, we have a cord in the way, but it's fine. Yeah, got all of that out, thank goodness. Went ahead, decided I'm going to just change out the black tank valve anyways. I just opened it up a little bit, and a little bit of cleaner came out. Nothing crazy. So I was wondering, was a lot of brown stuff gonna come out or cleaner, but it wasn't bad at all. So went ahead, I mean, just like a little bit of little purple cleaner came out. Nothing too crazy. I think the next thing we go ahead and shift into, as long as this weather stays good, is we go ahead and put that new valve on there. So my thing is, if the water bay is already open, just start adding new things. Don't sit around, wait around, and have to open it all up again, especially after we have a nice system already installed. Why have to do something twice? Like, we just doesn't make sense to have to work hard twice. It's silly. This new valve is very, very nice. So let's head over, let's see if this valve will even go on. And I'm wondering, are we going to need little plumber's putty or anything like that? If not, we can always just replace the one side of the valve and keep the other side that's already glued in. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do, because I'm looking now at that valve, and it looks like the part that is, well, this part here, which is still good, is intact, and all we need is a new valve door. So let's open it up, let's check the seal out. As you can tell, nothing is dripping, it's just a little bit of water, and it's all clean. It's already been sanitized, so thank goodness. Swap this little valve out because it is leaking right there, and I thought it was gonna stop, but I did check it when I put this down to remove that hose right there. You can tell there was a lot of goop in here, okay? But luckily this isn't damaged where the new Macerator will click in. Should be pretty simple. Hook the power in right here. That is 12 volt, which is nice. I thought it was Romex wire the other day, but it's not. So that's nice. So let's go ahead, take this door off, and we'll put the new valve on. Right now we're taking apart the new valve, and we're going to utilize all the screws as well, because this is very, very nice. So you guys can see this is the part that would actually need to go into the 3-inch little clean out. We're going to take the O-ring off and put this on the old side right there. We can't remove this because it's already in place, right? So we'll put a brand new O-ring on there, nice new seal. Like, look at that, that's perfect. We need to clean these wires up too. But now we have a nice new gasket. This is the old valve right here. I mean, it could have been leaking anywhere, right? It's not very tight anymore. Versus the new one is very, very tight. So this will be very nice. We'll replace the valve and then just screw it on in. You know, I figure, look, it's better to do this now, because if we go to put this on, yeah, later on, it's going to be an issue. So why take things apart if you don't have to, right? Just take the time, do it right, and just go on with your day. So, okay, the seal looks awesome. Let's make sure that we have this other part to be connected. That's pretty much it. Yeah, this seal looks good, but we'll swap it out as well. So the, I guess the bigger inlet side. I went ahead and just swapped out the O-rings as well. So all the O-rings are brand new. We don't have to worry about any of that. So now I can just complete this, put it back together. That's all we have to do. I know it sounds simple, right? But it is. We don't want to overdo the task. The nice thing is, I was wondering, can we move the handle up, but it has to be perfectly right there. And then we can utilize this right there for the macerator. So all we gotta do now is put the bolts in, and we have a brand new black tank valve. So it's pretty exciting stuff, guys. I know, right? If you're an RV owner, you know it's super exciting. So I'm gonna put all the new screws in too. So we have new seals, a new valve gate, and all new hardware. So pretty much new. The only thing that's not new is going to be the side where, obviously, like I said, it hooks to the main 3-inch, which there's no reason to break this seal because this wasn't leaking. The only thing that was leaking was the valve gate, which is this right here. So now we've already replaced that, took all the seals out, rebuilt the entire unit. There's no reason to replace this right here because we don't want to break this seal here that's already been closed up from the manufacturer. So let's leave that alone. We don't ever need to do that. Now we know we're good and it'll hold until the test of time. Next thing we have to do, put all the hardware back on. We will also test this. We'll add water to the toolet and fill it up into the tanks whenever this is all done, just to double check for any leakage. But it already feels a whole lot tighter than what it was. And this valve gate's a lot harder to open, which that's what we want. We need a harder valve gate to open. So whenever the old macerator was put on, this was having to probably be broke loose. So it's all right. We're gonna get it all figured out. That's what this is about, right? Got one more screw to put in, I guess bolts, and then we can start the new macerator install. Just say it's gonna be easy as 1, 2, 3, but you guys know how these projects go. And I just wanna say, it got dark very, very fast on us. And I think there are some rain clouds upon us. So we'll have to definitely keep an eye on this weather that is coming through, because I don't want to be playing in the rain. Electrical rain, nah, not my cup of tea. I'm not going to be messing with that. So we actually might have to go get a small socket so we can get these bolts very tight. Let's put the macerator in and make sure that we can move this around before we obviously tighten it up too much. We don't want to be ripping on that brand new O-ring. That just would not be very good. So let's make sure this can all fit, and then we can start making some decisions about how we want to tackle this wiring too. Because it definitely needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, we can turn this switch off. We don't need this switch anymore. Guys, I just can't win with this weather. It's basically dark now because, well, the rain is upon us. It's just kind of how we got to deal with it. Next thing we got going on is we have the macerator right here. The turbo is what we're going to call it. We have to put this bracket on so that way we can connect the other bottom piece, and then that way we can mount it in the underbelly. So we have to do that first, then we can test fit it all, and then we should be home free on all of this. It should just connect right on here. We should be able to see what we got going on. I'm going to push this video as long as I can to make sure we just keep on riding today. We need to utilize as much daylight as possible. So, gonna find all my tools, and then we're going to put this bracket on and keep pushing, guys. That's all we can do. Just keep on going, right? So I need to find my Phillips head. We're getting there. We are. We'd still have some more daylight left if it wasn't for this rain cloud coming above us. But it's all right. We will persist with the plan. Figured we got a little bit more light over here. Utilize with what light we got left. We'll go from there. But I do like this. The system looks very, very nice. So I went ahead and did the bracket system like this so I can always access it and put the holes in. So to me, that looks awesome. All right, let's grab the hose and let's connect it. Should be very simple. Hose clamp, hose, done. The nice thing is, this goes directly to your OEM system. So it's wires, you're literally plug and play right here. Okay, click it on, make sure it's nice and tight. We'll shove as much as we can on this little rubber, I don't know, beginning of the hose, whatever you guys want to call it, grommet, I don't know. But I think that right there looks nice, and we'll shove, you know what, let's clean this up a little bit. Let's get a nice clean run because I don't like how this rubber looks like this. So let's clean it up. Let's make sure it's straight, or we can just press it down there like that. Maybe it's like that on purpose. Okay, it is like that on purpose. So it gives you a little bit more oomph on there, I guess you can say. Looks like we got that hose clamp on there really, really tight. Make sure we're good. The more we have on the macerator, the better. Plus we'll have 0 leaks, and that's what we want. 0 leaks. Yeah, it looks good. How's that side look? Okay. Looks good to me. Let's tighten it down. We don't want to go too tight because we don't want to break, obviously, the hose. Looks nice. What do you guys think? Looks good? You know what? I'm going to undo it a little bit and we're going to shove it a little bit more this way because I didn't see this gap right there. Alrighty, I would say that we are good. Nice and tightly on there. The worst case scenario, we can always grab it, retighten it, because we're going to be testing this with fresh water. But the idea is let's make sure it's right the first time. You guys come to support me?
Yeah.
Aww.
We came to check you out.
That's nice. Well, thank you. You missed the fun part, playing in the brown water.
Ew.
Yeah. No, luckily Roman added a bunch of stuff to the tulip, so we are making way. But we got these clouds upon us. They look kind of scary.
I think it might rain just a little
Willow. Yeah, I'm trying. At least now we have the macerator in here, which is good. Have to hook that up. Guarantee it will be an extension until tomorrow. That's what we've been running into because daylight, weather, and a little bit of work. But the nice thing is all the gates look great, and we got the big beefy macerator. Okay, we got the Turbo 600S.
You're doing so good.
Willow, I just need you to sit there all night and tell me that, okay? Thank you so much.
You're doing super duper good.
Well, I really appreciate that. It means a lot. All right, let's get to it. I'll go get a bunch of lights if I need to set them all up because I want to complete this. At least the macerator's in here and it does look pretty good. Guys, I literally have the best family. Like for Willow, just to have those words of encouragement is just so amazing. She's such a sweetheart. Next step we're going to mount the macerator hose to the macerator. That way, once it's in here, it's already in here. I don't have to worry about climbing back in here. All we have to do is drill 2 holes, mount the macerator in. But I don't want to push it to the back unless we have all of this hooked up. So that's what I'm doing right now. Going to hook this in. And you can just see how clean this is. And then all this will do right here is it will just click right on in. So if we need to make this shorter, we can. But for now, I like the way it looks. We're going to push all that back and then we'll be home for you to clean it up. Well, we are going to have to just pause this project because, guys, look at this. Oh my goodness. Obviously, our sunlight is gone. We're just going to have to put a pause on it. Safety is our #1 priority. But the nice thing is, I was in the middle of tightening up this. The macerator is way back there, which we may shorten this up and just go ahead and connect it. But I think what we do is we're going to have to shift until I get some daylight. I am going to tape up our positive and negative for tonight. That way they do not touch or hit anything in the bay. So I'm going to go grab that real quick. And Molly is cleaning up, just kind of putting everything in the underbelly real quick because I definitely don't want to be dealing with what's in that storm right there. Hey, and you know what? If we have to do videos like this, this is how we just have to do it. It's as simple as that. I will help you organize that too as well, but
Reorganize it after.
yeah, I mean that's this whole concept is Big Richard our RV as well. So the thing is, make sure nothing doesn't get damaged during this storm that's coming. So I'm gonna grab the electrical tape. Hopefully you didn't bury it, Molly, because I need it.
Electrical tape.
Yes, did you see it?
I don't think I've touched it. I've only touched duct tape and.
Let me see. What's that?
Screen tape.
That was from when Lily went to prom.
Oh, I'm like.
Yeah. All right, let me see if we can find this electrical tape and
Here's
tape
black electrical tape.
up those wires. Oh, you found it?
I found some.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, this is just real life, guys. I mean, I want you guys to obviously be able to see what I'm working on. I don't want you to have to kind of guess, and I don't want to rush the project. You guys know me. I'm very late. Let's go slow. Let's take our time. And this is a good learning opportunity for all of you as well. I've never put in a macerator, but I can tell you it does look cool. The system is very nice, and it is basically what he had on his old coach. He just doesn't have the big dump box, but it's not needed because, well, it's got the big turbo on it right there. So yeah, the wind is definitely kicking up. So I'm gonna grab all my tools from Big Richard, and I'm gonna head inside because I'm not playing games with this kind of weather. I'm not gonna do it. And we can also leave a few things over here and just close some stuff up for now. I mean, all this is brand new. It's not gonna hurt it just throwing it in for tonight. But I'm excited. We are one step closer to making our coaches look amazing. As you guys can tell, the wind is blowing in. Let's go make sure everything is up over here for Big Richard. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all this garbage too, because we don't want stuff blowing around and we don't know what's in these clouds. It's crazy too, because we were supposed to have another 30 minutes of daylight. Now it's just gone. So let's just go and clean up this mess. I mean, we've had an abundance of things just over here. So we're not gonna return the macerator, so we'll go ahead and put all the pieces we don't need in the garbage and at least take that tonight. Jeez, we got all the things. Okay, I feel like I should have taken my gloves off. It's alright, we'll just wash our hands. Goodbye, old macerator. You will not be missed at all. Alright, let's take this to the garbage. Let's just keep filming what we can tonight. And we'll just have to extend the video. It's just part of it. And honestly, I kind of like the dailies a little bit. It gets me up pretty early, and it gets me connecting with all of you, right? I feel like if we're finishing in the day, I mean, obviously it's a lot more work for me the next day, but I feel like we're able to say hello on the same day. It just feels more organic, more realistic, and I don't know, almost live, I guess you could say. Well, let's head to the garbage, and well, as you guys know, the storm is rolling through. All right, let's be safe, let's be smart. My goodness, guys. First of all, thank you for all your love and support on the very last video of my little mini man cave. I am bummed out I did not get to accomplish that, but here's the deal. The calls that we just had earlier today are going to change the game for the RV industry. And tomorrow it'll make a little bit more sense when we go and film that video. And coming up in January as well, which once we get more details, we will comment down in the description box below of that video. So, all right, I have a truckload of garbage I have to dump, and then we got some dinner upon us. Again, thanks for riding with us, guys. No matter what we do or when we do it, you guys are honestly amazing, and I really appreciate it. You guys keep my drive going. I'm gonna dump this garbage because look at this wind. It is going down. I figured we had so many things recently with all the projects. We just had a pile, as you guys saw, at the Atwoods RV, and I'm like, we can't just be leaving that just sitting there to fly around if the wind does pick up pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and make do with our time, utilize it the best we can, get rid of the garbage, even for our project as well. So it'll be a transition into the morning time, but it is part of it. It's what we have to do to keep the daily streak going. And honestly, I'm loving it. And I know you guys also love these projects as well, but I feel like it does keep the mind sharp. We wouldn't have it any other way. I do enjoy the projects. I know a lot of you said to start a separate channel for it, but I want WePlusThreee to be anything we want it to be. We can film what we want, when we want, and I know you guys enjoy the mix of the video. So for now, WePlusThreee will just ride and grind every day. All right, I'm gonna dump this, and I'll see you in the morning like this. You guys already know. A little morning coffee brew going on, heading over to Big Richard to make sure we get everything complete today. Well, I had some thoughts this morning, and I think I'm gonna be redoing a few things. Well, different kind of placements of the Macerator. Now, mind you, we are about, I wanna say, at 30-40% of the project being done, but I do feel like we are getting closer, and that is good. I do want to shift the Macerator over this way. That way it allows for the hose to come around organically and just click in. So that way we don't have to actually cut anything, and that way we get 100% nice of a little flow of the gray water and all that good stuff. So let's get to it. Let's continue the project, and let's get this thing done. We are a little pressed on time today, so we may have to keep pushing our RV back just a little bit, but that's okay because everything's in the coach, nice, tight, and clean. The number one concept we want today is to make sure Big Richard is working and complete. So if we can complete this, everything else will just be a bonus. I mean, if this doesn't look professional, I don't know what does. We've got the Macerator back there. We got that turbo. We cleaned up a little bit of the wires. We still have to organize this main 12 volt. We don't need this much of a run of wiring, so most likely going to clean this up a little bit, but at least we have this done now. We'll put the Macerator hose, we'll have it pushed back here when we're not using it, and then we can just go through there. The black tank, gray tank will come together. It will flush like this, go up just a little bit, so you have like a nice little P-trap in here to the Macerator turbo, and then obviously out the Macerator hose, which this thing is perfect. And if this is never long enough, it can always be extended, but this thing goes very, very far. So nothing like a brand new Macerator hose to start your morning when you got to pull the old brown juice, right? But I really like the way this turned out. It looks good. Not a fan of how this was already hooked up, but I mean, we're not trying to get too aesthetically pleasing when we're messing with the brown juices, right? So as long as it works good and it flows good, I think we're gonna be okay. The valve gate turned out nice, 0 leaks. Obviously the tank has had time to fill up a little bit, and everything was dry in here this morning. Next step is we have to hook back up the gray water valve gate, and we will be home free. At least we know it's not too much of a job to actually deal with this. So as you can tell, I just pulled out a little bit of water went through there, which means that we have 0 leaks, like I just said right here. All right, well, let's hook up the gray valve gate and let's continue the video. I also have not forgotten, we still need to make sure the black tank valve gate is 100% tight. So we do need to make sure that is good on there, and then we'll be home free. But now we have to make sure we get the gray tank valve gate back on with all O-rings how they're supposed to be, because as you can tell, they're wanting to shift as we go and put them on. So we'll make sure those are good before we add any bolts to this. Yeah, just like so. You see, is that O-ring on there? It's gonna give us a run for our money, but you know, it's nothing that we can't handle, right guys? You know that. Okay, looks good, looks good. It's gonna give us a little run for our money. I said it this morning, I did. So we'll put these O-rings back in, make sure they are 100% in. But yeah, you can tell right there, we're having a little push, a little resistance on getting this back in here. So as long as we can spread this, make sure it's tight. Oh yeah, we're good right there. All right, let's add the bolts, and we should be home free of getting this put on. And what we're gonna do is we'll put the bolts in on the left, and then we'll add, they're those small ones. The other size was for the black tank valve gate. Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll add the nut, and then we'll be good. Come on, there we go. We're making progress here. That's what we need, a little progress. Very tedious stuff, but has to be done if we want to do this right. Might have to do a little star pattern just to get it tight. We'll add the opposing bottom side real quick. I think that's the best concept. I'm doing this kind of blind because I can't really see beyond the gate here, so I'm doing this all by feel. Alright, let's get you guys another viewing angle. I know you guys don't want to just see me screwing on bolts, but it is part of the project. It is what we have to do to get all of this done. So, okay, I'd say we are basically almost there. Okay, let's go grab some tools and let's make sure we're all tight, and then we'll swap to electrical. Time to break open the brand new toolbox here. This is nice. Well, I may not get rid of this case. Look at this, you can lock it and then you can unlock it. Huh. Okay, you know, we can always just set this in the toolbox drawer and then get rid of this case, but I like this. I'm probably most likely going to keep this case. This is nice. Anyways, I had to open the toolkit up because I want to tighten all that up by hand. I don't want to use the drill. I just don't want to break any seals or anything like that. I think the best thing to do, grab some of these, wrench them down by hand like I said, but guys, I'm loving this little tool set. Look at this. We have everything we need and it's all labeled. Okay, I'm digging this. I really like this. Okay, so for this project, we got T8s, T10s. We can do anything by hand. I'm very, very impressed. Like, this is going to help me tremendously get done with a lot of projects. All right, well, let's see the size that we need. When in doubt, always start with a 10, right? Well, there you go. We know it's a 10. Oh, the tools are very nice and new. Little ratchets, and then we'll grab something else to tighten down the other side. Okay, we got a little 5/16 on this side. We got a little 10. Oh yeah, this is the way to do it. Come over here now on the bottom. Make sure we are good. Oh, this is, man, I forgot how nice it is to have brand new tools. Oh my goodness, so nice. I know, guys, so exciting. You guys know you like new tools also. Need to make sure this gate can still open. We don't want to go too tight. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, and then this last little bottom piece right here. Just tight enough for the hand. Okay. Open, close. Open, close. Perfect. Next thing we have to do is we need to tighten down the black tank gate valve. And that is not a 10. That's going to be a lot bigger. I want to say, is it a 12? It is indeed a 12. It is. But then we need to change the other size. The other tool. I'm going to say that's going to be, is that a 3/8? No, it's not a 3/8. Guys, look how little this is. What are we doing? What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with this little thing? It doesn't even focus, it's so little. I love it. Looks like it's made for Lego men. Huh. Oh, I love it. What size is that? Alright. Well, we know that's a 12. Everything is so oily because it's new, so it's like kind of sticky. Ah, we gotta go bigger. Let me see if this is what we need. Maybe it's metric. Yeah, it's metric. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 11. Yep. All we gotta do is just tighten it up. Okay, perfect. You know, I love it when a plan comes together, guys. I can feel it. We are almost home free on the Macerator project. You guys see me? I feel like I'm blurry. There we go. I think the hands in front of the camera lens get the camera confused. Now I do want to run some water through the system before they do get back. And that way we know we are good. So we will definitely get to all of that though. Is this already tight? Yeah, it's just tight right here. These are just little things you gotta do to make sure the system is good. So we don't want any leaks. That's what the whole concept of this entire little Richard series was. To take the time, make sure it's right, get rid of all the leaks. Okay, now way to get to the very back. That one's gonna be a little harder to reach, but gotta do it with our eyes closed. It's not the first time I've done this. Well, first time I've done a Macerator install. What do you guys think about it so far? I need your comments, I need your thoughts. I wanna know what you're thinking. I love all your feedback. I do. I honestly do. All right. Black tank gate valve is closed. Good to go. Does it open and close? Oh yeah. Look how nice this is. So nice. Okay. Next thing we gotta do, clean it up a little bit, hook up the electrical. Let's keep ripping. Alrighty, what do we have here? The electrical and the electrical box. So, I mean, common sense, right? Red to red, black to black. We should be good after that, and then I know the rest goes to the Macerator. So let's match the wires up, let's clean it up, and let's mount the switch. Should be fairly simple. So we do know that this is positive. It is a black wire, so we'll follow that. That's labeled, and then let's see if we can match up any of the other wires. I love it when a plan comes together. Makes me smile. Ba, 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 ba. And no, these aren't actual songs. I kind of just make things up as I go in my brain. It's a thing that I do. Oh, cool. We even have a fuse. We can do an inline fuse for the entire system. Is there a fuse in there? Yes, there is. And it's a 35 amp. Wow. Okay, we will use that. We will use that. Let's bust this open. It's a nice switch too. The whole box system, on, off, very, very nice. I was going to utilize the other switch, and I'm like looking at it, and it's super dinky, and the wires are very, very small. And I'm like, if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. We're already doing it right, so why don't we just do it 100% all the way? I should have got a little knife here to open this, but I'm just using with what I got in front of me. We're good. It's open. All right. So we've got probably blue to blue, red to black. You know, let's just pop open the instructions just in case, and then we'll put that inline fuse, and then we need somewhere to mount this that's really cool. I don't want to screw it into the wall. I'm probably most likely going to do double-sided tape so we can at any time move the switch if need be. So we'll double-side it, it'll look really nice. Yeah, that'll be cool looking. All right, let's double check the wires. make sure we are good. And honestly, the instructions look a little scary, but that's only because there's a lot of pages in different languages, which we're not using any of that. Oh, it even says that we have the macerator plugged in correctly. So that's good. There is no blockage, which is nice. So it says don't do a big bend. Make sure you have a nice flow, which would be A4 setting right there, which we do. It's a very, very nice flow. There's no bends in it. So that's good. Okay, so we know we did that. And guys, we did a lot of this with the 0 instructions. So as long as you are listening to your brain and you've got common sense, you can do this. You can do this install, no problem. Okay. Self-explanatory. Page 6 is the wiring. So let's see. Red wire, power fuse. Okay. It just says K3 and all this. There's no. Why would that say positive? Ah, this is your negative. Okay, so we already know this is your negative. That's your positive right there. Okay, so we'll go. What we're going to be doing is we're going to go positive to this, and then from this we'll go. So positive from the main line battery, and then positive out to the macerator, which obviously we have a switch. It'll bypass it so you can turn it off and on. And then we'll also put the fuse in front of all of it in case it does blow. Okay, pretty simple. Nothing to it. Let's hook up the wiring. Let's mount this thing. I'm pretty excited to see the finished project. And then we'll clean everything up, and then that'll be pretty much it for Big Richard. Well, hey, Mr. Sun. Guys, the sun's out. And now I'm regretting this long sleeve black shirt. It was a little chilly this morning for Florida. Yes, it was 63. I know, 63. Right now, I've got everything pretty much test fitted, ready to go. I'm going to decide. I have already decided I want to do a 3M backing tape just to stick it on. I don't want to actually mount this just yet. He may want to move the switch. So, and I think it'll look a whole lot better like this. Let me show you. Instead of having the switch like mounted and wires going everywhere, I'm going to opt to do it like this. So now you have just a switch hanging out right there. Obviously that'll be off, that'll be on, off, on. It's just a lot cleaner, and if we need to grab it, we can do so. But I like that versus having a switch and it's an eyesore. So we'll 3M mount it, it'll look really nice. But the question is, do we have power to this? So blue to blue, black to black. The red actually comes in from the coach. We already have the inline fuse ready to go. Already got that all nicely heat shrinked inside, and then I taped it all to kind of clean it up a little bit. And then we just need to get this power to the coach, and I'm pretty sure that's it. We've got your negative and your positive, and we'll go straight to the coach wiring, which is this long wire right here. So I want to say yellow is actually positive and red is negative, which is kind of funny, but that's how it worked out. So we'll mount this. We'll see if we get power to this. We're not going to run it empty because I don't know if it messes it up, if you can have that on with no water coming on or going through it, but we'll still at least turn it on and try it out to see if we do have power with the switch. And if we do, we know we're good. I didn't think you guys wanted to sit here and watch me just strip wires back, so went ahead, already did that. We're just gonna cut these up because we have so many wires anyways, just so we do have a clean little install, right? Get rid of the old stuff, go brand new. Let's start with the power first. We'll strip this back, we'll go right to it, and then we'll hook up the negative. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but we'll do one at a time so that way the wires don't touch. Cross your fingers, hope we get a nice little install here, and don't worry, I'll test it out with all of you too. I know you guys can appreciate a super clean install. So we've got all the wires all in a nice little wire loom so you don't have to see anything just kind of dangling, hanging around. Kind of matches the macerator hose a little bit. We've got the 3M tape already ready to go. We're gonna put it behind this as not a storage compartment because I think it's kind of funny. And that way they can just flip the switch off and on as need be. Left is off, right will be on. And we've got the positive and negative ready to go to the coach. So I wanted to show you this before we actually mounted the box and the switch, and no wires can ever come out. Like I said, we've got the positive and the negative coming out right there from the loom. And to me, I think this is a pretty clean little install. So we'll clean up the wires in the back as well, but we are definitely making way. That's a good looking wet bay. Just want to say, when I say it's a good looking wet bay, it's a good looking wet bay. That macerator is very, very nice. It's basically the same exact setup I have on mine. I just don't have a dump box on this one. But the nice thing is the dump box is external on this macerating setup. So if you guys want to look into it, it is a Sanicon Turbo by Thetford. It's the exact same, well, almost the same system I have on my coach now and what they had on the DX3. So I think and I know they will be very, very happy with this entire setup. But let me just show you what we got going on. Guys ready? Boom, 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 boom. Check it out. All right. Well, we haven't put back in the softener yet. It's kind of just hanging out right there. And you guys know we are waiting for the components for all of the water system, which we will get to that. We will tidy it up. But let's check out the new macerator. Look how nice it is. So you guys know we put in the new valve gate. We changed all the sills out. We've got the macerator in the back. It comes down just like this. It flows, goes out straight to the sewage. Well, you guys know it's pretty much it. I would say this project is 100%. I even took the wires that were coming out of the new macerator. We got them all nice, wire loomed, zipped up, looking good. I also added a few zip ties so it doesn't ever pop open and allow any wires to, I don't know, get dangly and trashy. So, but yeah, I would say it's a 100%, looks really good. We can clean this up once we get the, well, I guess all the accessories back in and not in the way, but this is going to allow them to be free again with actually washing clothes and dishes and all the great stuff. So yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it for the project. I'm very pleased with it. If you guys have any questions about the macerator or what I did, or you know, about the entire project, drop it down below. This is it right there. It's the Sanicon Turbo. It's the 600. It's a pretty big one. The only thing I need to do now is I need to mount it to the floor, but I wanted to make sure everything runs good before I actually do that. So another video, maybe when they're here, or I guess the next one up with Big Richard, we'll put water in the system, we'll run it, make sure there are 0 leaks. But I can tell you right now, everything is nice and tight, and I do know that it's going to work out very, very nice. But I know you guys have all been waiting for it. Does it actually work? Does it come on? I'm not going to fully run it, but if you look right there, I mounted the switch behind the wall, so it looks super, super clean. All right, you guys ready? Off, on. Listen how quiet that is. So quiet. I'm sure they're going to be very, very happy and pleased with the brand new setup. But there you have it, new macerator installed, and it looks 100% awesome. Amazing. You know what? Christmas colors with the little kinetic watermelon. Love it. Figured I would pop in my headphones, bump a little music while I clean up my tools, clean up the Big Richard scene over there. It has just been an amazing project. I'm very excited to add some water, get that all cleaned up, get it all trialed and errored and all that stuff. But before we end this video, let's clean everything up while we have plenty of daylight left. We don't want to leave the work zone messy at all. It's just part of the journey, right? It's always nice. You don't want to go into a kitchen and cook a big meal in a dirty kitchen. It's just not logical. You just don't want to do it. Also, appreciate you guys coming along on the project. I really hope you enjoyed it. Kind of a raw video, right? It's more of, let me just show you what we got going on. Kind of just go from there. It's, you know, it's always good to get your hands dirty, get involved, and learn new things. I think projects like this really get your mind spinning, get your mind opened up about some stuff. And I hope that by me doing these projects, I hope it helps each and every one of you just get up, try new things. Don't be scared to say yes to projects, because it's only just a YouTube video away to basically get some answers, right? Don't ever let these projects scare you or feel like you have to call someone to, I don't know, do these things. So like I said, let's open the chat up. If you guys have any questions about these projects, drop it down below. I'm always here to help each and every one of you. And it can even be home projects too. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I learn every single day as I go. If I told you guys that I knew everything in the world, I would be 100% lying to each and every one of you. I don't know everything. Every day is a new learning experience. And can I just say, I know I mentioned it a minute ago, I'm very excited I was able to open up this toolkit as well. I'm very impressed with Craftsman. It's been quite some time since I've had a brand new toolkit, and I told you guys I didn't know what the other brand was. It was a Home Depot set. It was a Husky brand little ratchet kit, and I've had it for, I want to say 7-8 years, and it's lasted this long. But the whole case is broken. It started rusting out, so it was time for a brand new toolkit. Also, if you missed yesterday's video, I installed a brand new little mini man cave. So if you missed that video, go check it out. We still have some work we gotta do. Last night, you saw in the video, it started just, clouds were coming, rain started happening. So we just had to just do that for now. We have to get to Tampa today for a location kind of video. It will make more sense once we get there, but there will be a time for all of this. I just wanted to make sure we got Big Richard ready. 100%, everything is good. All we need and we're waiting for are those little pieces to, I guess, connect all the softener, the water filter, and all that stuff. So yeah, this will be, it looks like a nightmare, but at least we have the toolkit in there, the toolbox, and it's ready to go. But we will get that fixed into 100%. All right, well, let's finish cleaning up. Let's get this outro going. And I'm excited for today's video, which it's current day now, and it'll make more sense tomorrow. But I am excited for it. All right, let's head over to Big Richard. Let's get this video closed out. It's already late into the afternoon, which means we have to get ready and start yet again another adventure today, another video. So gonna go get cleaned up, going to change, going to clean up this under bay, make sure it's 100% so we can close it and say see you later until we come and we finish up Big Richard. But for now, I'm very pleased with it. What do you guys think? Drop it down below. Definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. I think it turned out very, very clean. But eventually, like I said, we have to end this video so we can start yet again another video today. You guys know the drill. I'm going to leave the video right here. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you on the next adventure.